Okay, the first reaction is fast food, thunderstorm, auto service, but nighttime spooks. Like that, let's change to this reaction in three, two, one.
This is something that happened a couple of years ago. One night, I was home by myself during a thunderstorm.
Yeah,
We lived in a neighborhood that had many other houses in it. Still, usually it was pretty quiet. Well, on this night, there was a very loud thunderstorm. I knew that we were supposed to be getting rain, but I didn't know that it was
yeah.
supposed to be such a big storm. As I was sitting inside at about 9 o'clock, I remember hearing it start to rain, and I looked out of a window. But overall, I didn't think too much of it. Maybe 30 minutes later, though, there was really loud thunder, lots of lightning, and
Yeah.
pouring rain. I was glad that I was home and inside. So I was in the living room during this storm. But I thought that I heard the sound of something hitting the back window. I got
What
up
the?
and went into the kitchen. I really had no idea what it was, but when I entered the kitchen, I thought that I saw somebody moving away from the window outside. I just saw them for a split second. I really didn't know for sure what had happened. I just knew that I heard a noise, and it seemed like somebody was there. So I went to a different window and turned the backyard light on.
Yeah.
I looked around the backyard, but didn't see anybody. The backyard was not very large, but had a little bit of space, which was grass and a few plants and trees here and there. I stayed in the kitchen for a while. For the next few minutes, nothing was out of the ordinary. I continued to hear the loud storm, and only saw the lightning occasionally in the yard. Just when I was about to head back to the living room, though, I noticed a man come out from behind a
What?
tree. I really couldn't believe it when I saw him. He walked a little closer to my house. I went over and turned the backyard light off and then on again. I wasn't really sure what else to do, but this would probably let the guy know that I saw him. And when I did this, the man turned and ran towards the back of my yard. He went behind some bushes that bordered the neighbor behind my yard.
Yeah.
I figured that the guy was leaving for good now. After he went out of sight, I went back into the living room. I was wondering if I should call the police or what the guy was doing, but I figured that he was gone. The storm continued for another 20 minutes or so. Then things actually quieted down. It was still raining, but much calmer, and there was no longer lightning or thunder anymore. It was more of just a light sprinkle now, and I was planning on going to bed pretty soon. But
Yeah.
I happened to go back into the kitchen, and when I did, I saw the guy in the yard again. This time,
What?
he was walking closer to the back window and was maybe 20 feet away. I moved back quickly so that he wouldn't see me. The guy then walked right up to the window and seemingly tried opening it. I went back and turned the light on and off again, but the man stayed where he was and didn't move. That's when I knew that I had to call the police. I went over into the other room and got my phone. Then I dialed 911. After that,
Yeah.
I heard a loud noise coming from the back window. I got away from there and moved to the other side of my house. Then I waited for the police to arrive and hoped that the guy wouldn't be able to break in. I was really concerned that I would hear the window smash or something any
Yeah.
moment, but I didn't. Soon the police got there. I met them at the front door of my house and told them what was going on. They went into the backyard and looked around, but when they did, they couldn't find the guy.
What the?
He had left. After talking with the police for a while, they left and they told me to
It could
call
have found the
again if
guy.
the man
It
returned.
could have found the guy.
I really
What?
thought that he would, but he actually didn't.
Yeah.
After that, I didn't see the man again. He never
Wow.
got into my house, luckily. I really don't know what
They could-
exactly he was doing there, but I'm really glad that he didn't break in.
I wonder. I wonder what the guy was doing though. I wonder.
A few weeks ago, I was driving home from work. It was about 6 p.m., and the clouds were very dark. I could tell that a storm was coming. Now, it would take me about 30 minutes to drive back most of the time. On the way home, it started to rain. The rain started to come down extremely hard, and it was getting worse and worse. There was also loud thunder, and driving became very difficult.
Yeah.
I was on a highway, which usually wasn't too busy, but in this storm was especially quiet. This road was mostly surrounded by quieter land, but occasionally there would be businesses. So I was driving on the highway and in the right lane, and the rain picked up even more. It got to the point where I could barely see 20 feet in front of me. My windshield wipers
Wow.
just couldn't keep up with the rain, and they were
Wow.
going as fast as they could. To me, I didn't think they would rain this hard for very long.
Yeah.
More than likely, I was just in the worst part of the storm, and it would blow over soon. So I
Yeah.
pulled off to the side of the road and stopped. I was hoping things would calm down within about 5 minutes or so. Then I could keep going. But in that moment, there was no way that I was trying to drive through that. So after stopping, I put my car in park
Yeah.
and then watched the rain pound against my windshield. It was extremely loud. I pulled out my phone to try to get a look at the live radar and have an idea of the storm. So as I was doing that, maybe 30 seconds to a minute after pulling over, I heard a noise. It was coming from behind me, and I turned around to see what appeared to be a man
What's
standing
up,
at my rear
KK?
passenger side door. I was really confused. The man then tried opening the door. Luckily, it was locked. I couldn't really tell what he looked like very well because of the pouring rain. The man sort of moved away from my car and then went back to it again. Then I saw something out of the corner of my eye in front of me. I turned and looked, and there was another guy walking right in
What the?
front of my car.
What the?
Then he kind of stopped near the hood. I wanted to drive away now, but this guy was blocking me. The
Yeah.
other guy started knocking on my back passenger side window. I just
Really?
ignored it. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah.
After a few moments, the guy at the front of my car then started walking to my window. He made it to my driver's door and then tried opening it, and when it wouldn't open, he started knocking on the window. But at least he wasn't blocking my car
Yeah.
anymore.
That's
Right
good.
when that happened, I put my car into drive and started moving away. I left the men standing there on the side of the road. It was still raining very heavy, but not quite as bad as when I had pulled over. I made it up to a slow speed and then went ahead to the next
Yeah.
exit. Then I carefully drove to a gas station and called the police. I told them what happened and basically waited out the rest of the storm there. Then, when things quieted down, I was able to drive the rest of the way home. I still don't know who those guys were. The fact that they were out in such a storm is very weird on its own, but they were both trying to get inside of my car. I didn't get a good look at either of them, but hopefully they don't do that to anybody else.
Wow. You really make you think. Yeah. Wow.
A couple of years ago, I was walking home from work. Back then, I lived in this apartment building that was really close to my job, so I would usually walk to and from
Yeah.
work. Well, to be honest, I never really looked at the weather that much. One day, I went into work, and it was a warm, sunny day when I got there. When I got off at like 11 o'clock at night, I remember I was leaving, and I was seeing some lightning sort of off in the distance, but it was not raining yet. I walked on the sidewalk for most of the way, and I do remember hearing somebody walking a ways back behind me shortly after leaving work. But then it started to rain, and seemingly within seconds, it started pouring. I did not have an
Wow.
umbrella or anything, so I
Wow.
started to run back home.
That's not good.
It got really loud from
Yeah.
thunder and stuff, and I basically sprinted the rest of the way back. So instead of taking 10 minutes, it probably took me only 5. Then I arrived back at my apartment building. The building was not really that big, but it did have a couple of floors, and I was on the second. When I made it to the sidewalk in front of my building, I stopped running and walked. I was soaking wet. About the
Wow.
time that I arrived at my front door is when I suddenly heard footsteps behind me again. As I opened up the door to my apartment building, I saw that a man was behind me, and he started to come in the door after me. I didn't know who
Wow.
he
What?
was, and I didn't really know if he lived here or not.
Yeah.
When I got inside, I was just in the first area, and there was another door that you had to unlock. I stopped in that area to check the packages left in the entrance. I wasn't expecting a package, but I did this to let the man go in front of me. Except when I did, the man tried opening the locked door, and then when it wouldn't open, he just kind of stood next to it. It was
What
almost
the?
as if he was waiting for me to unlock it for
Yeah.
him.
Creepy. Yeah.
The guy was wearing a black rain jacket with the hood up, but appeared to have dark hair. He did not say anything as he stood there. I would have to go in, so I walked over to the door and used my key fob to unlock it. When I did, the man opened the door and walked right in
Yeah.
before I did. It was kind of rude, but I watched him go to the right down the hallway. I then went to the elevator, which was very close by. I went up to the second floor and then got off. My room was just a ways down that hallway. I arrived at my door, unlocked it, and went inside.
Yeah.
Now, I was still soaking wet, so before doing anything else, I quickly went to
Isn't
my
it good?
bedroom. I went to take off my sweatshirt, which had got the most wet, and
Yeah.
put it in my hamper. Right when I entered my bedroom, though, I heard the front door to my apartment opening.
What
I
the?
had forgot to lock it. I didn't know who it could be.
Yeah.
I quickly went to my bedroom door and closed it, then locked that as well. I heard footsteps enter my place and began to walk around. The person inside of my apartment did not say anything, though. I decided to ask who it was. I called out to them, asking who they were and what they were doing, but I got no response. I heard the person walking around and then open a door, but I couldn't tell what door it was. Then I finally called the police. I was told that they would be there very soon. I then yelled to the person in my apartment that I had called the police. I was hoping that this would scare them off, but they didn't say anything. And after I said it, I heard them continue to walk around my place.
Yeah.
Then the footsteps got closer, and I heard them get right outside of my bedroom door. They tried opening the door and then slowly walked away after it wouldn't open. Not too long
Wow.
after this, though, I kind of stopped hearing the footsteps altogether. Things seemed to get very quiet. I wasn't really sure what happened.
Yeah.
Several minutes later, I still hadn't heard anything other than the thunderstorm in the
Yeah.
distant background. Then there was a knock at my front door.
What the?
I figured that this had to be the police.
Could be.
I carefully
It
opened up
could
my
be the
bedroom
police.
door and looked out. The place appeared to be empty. I then went over and saw that the police were at my front door. I opened it up and let them in. I explained what
Yeah.
happened, and they searched my entire apartment, but nobody was there.
But what?
I really think that it was the man who I had let into the building that had gotten in my apartment.
Yeah.
I told the police that, but I didn't have any proof. Then they left. I made sure to lock my door, and I had no problems after that. I still think it was that man. I also think that he was probably the same person that was walking behind me on the
Yeah.
sidewalk shortly after I left from work. That means that he would have had to run home after me in the rain the entire way. It gives me the creeps to think back to it.
Wow.
This is something
Wow. It really makes you think. Yeah. Wow.
that happened when I was a kid. I think that I was about 10 years old.
Yeah.
Well, during this time, I lived in a house with my parents and older sister. I had my own bedroom, and one night, I woke up due to a very loud thunderstorm. I remember that it was almost 2 o'clock in the morning. There was loud thunder happening outside, and when I woke up, I was wide awake. I tried to fall back asleep for a minute, but I couldn't. So I remember that at that point, I got out of my bed and I looked out the window into the backyard. I could see that it was raining very heavy, and there was a lot of lightning as well. I decided to play on my PlayStation in my bedroom until I either got sleepy again
Yeah.
or the storm stopped. I always had a hard time sleeping with loud noises, so I
Wow.
was
Really.
hoping that the storm would calm down very soon. I sat down in my gaming chair and started to play. For the next 10 minutes or so, that's what I did. At one point, I randomly turned around to look out the window, though. When I did, I saw what appeared to be a person moving away from the window
What the?
really quickly. I didn't get a good look at all.
Yeah.
My heart started racing, though, and I didn't know why anybody would be at the window.
Yeah.
I got up and walked over to it and looked out into the backyard. I couldn't really see anything. It was mostly just dark and raining. I went back over to my gaming chair and sat back down. Now I was really wide awake. I still didn't want to wake my parents or anything, though, but I didn't know how to explain seeing a person at my window. I hoped to distract myself by just
Yeah.
playing more video games. I remember that I kept telling myself not to turn around and look to the window again. The window was
Yeah.
directly behind me. I played on my PlayStation for maybe 20 or 30 more minutes. Then I just decided to look behind me. And when I did,
Yeah.
I saw that there was a person standing at the window again.
What the?
Once more, they moved away. But it was slightly longer than the previous time. It appeared to be a man, and he was looking right inside at me. This time, I got up and ran out of my room to my parents down the hallway.
Yeah.
I woke them up and told them that there was a man at my window. They got up and checked outside, as well as calling the police. But the man was not there anymore.
What the?
The police didn't find anything. It took me a long time to fall back
What did
asleep,
that?
but
What did
eventually
that
I did.
guy go?
I covered my window, and I kept it covered for weeks.
Yeah.
Luckily, that man never came back that I'm aware of. To this day, I still wonder who he was.
Number 5. Wow. You really make you think. Yeah. Wow.
I currently live in an apartment, and this is an event that took place maybe a month ago. There was a big thunderstorm going on. I was inside my place and hearing the rain and thunder and occasionally seeing the lightning. I didn't mind thunderstorms, and I found them to be pretty relaxing. It's funny because as a kid, I was scared of them, but not anymore. So during this storm, I was in my living room watching a show on my TV.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, at almost 10 o'clock, there was a really loud knock at my front door. This seemed kind of
What the?
strange because of how late it was.
Yeah.
I had no idea as to who it would be. I wasn't really that close with any of my neighbors that they would knock on my door. And with it being this hour, it was especially strange. I decided to just ignore it. But then there was another knock. I almost didn't get up at all, but I was curious. So I decided to go and see who was there, but I was still pretty sure that I didn't want to answer it. I went over to the door and then looked out of my peephole. I saw that there was a man standing there who I didn't know. He was wearing all black and looking right at my door.
What the?
He had long hair that was wet, as if he had been out in the rain maybe. The guy looked really creepy, so I quickly moved away from the door and hoped that he would leave. After about a minute, though, he knocked again. I still was not going to answer it. I stayed in the living room on my couch. He didn't knock again after that, though. So I stayed out in the living room watching TV for maybe another hour.
Yeah.
Then I went into my bedroom to go to sleep. When I got into my room, I remember looking out of the window at the rain. My apartment was on the second floor and
Yeah.
looked out to the parking lot of the complex. When I did, I noticed that the same man who had knocked on my door was standing out there.
What the?
He was in the middle of the parking lot in the pouring rain and staring right at me. He wasn't moving
Okay.
or
Why you
walking
looking at
around.
me like that?
He was just standing there.
Stop that.
It really gave me the creeps. I then closed my window shades and tried my best to fall asleep. Eventually, I was able to. Since then, I haven't seen the guy. I still don't know who he is, why he knocked on my door, or why he was staring at my window. I'm hoping that I never see him again.
Wow. It really makes you think. Yeah. It really makes you think. Yeah. Wow. This one is the Reese Studio contract is all won by Lois Lance. Like
Hey everybody, I figured I'd open up a vlog because this is exciting. This is the first day that I've had to not, be sleeping in my own house. It's weird. I mean, like, the room's still like super bare bones, but like it's mine. It's wait, yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah, come in.
not a bad time. Are you filming or what?
Yeah, but it's no big deal. You can come in.
Sure, because
Yeah, you're fine.
No, I wanted to talk about this.
Oh, the contract.
The official Rigid Studios contract. Typed this up late last night. I mean, are you sure you want this? It's kind of a private, personal business thing.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was just kind of talking about like this is the first day that I'm here,
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's exciting. You were like a church mouse, dude. I haven't even heard a peep out of you.
Yeah, I'm like that.
How was it? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's
All right.
it can do with a little maybe a little bit of paint
That's what I'm
redecorating.
saying.
But it's
Well, I didn't realize that you were crashing tonight. I thought you were getting some
no,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, the intention was to stay overnight, but the whole yeah, it was probably better if I had just let it sit yesterday.
Right. Well, got a pen
Anyway.
here. So
Contract,
if you're good to
yes.
sign. I also have another copy downstairs.
Right. All right. So why don't we go over this?
Yeah. If you wanna.
We
You're
might as well
positive.
get,
All right. I'll read through this.
yeah. Official
Basically, it's
documentation and all
saying you'll be
that.
starting next week.
right.
The date I have is May 13th.
Okay.
It's talking about second year will be up for renegotiation. It's talking about you'll be holding the camera. You might maybe post some stuff on social media, some stuff on Storyfire.
Okay. Yeah.
It's talking about traveling a lot. I don't know. I mean, have you done much traveling at all?
Not really, but I mean, as long as it's not like, hey, we're leaving tomorrow, like a little bit of notice would be good. I mean, it can't be helped all the time.
But you're
I
ready.
understand.
You're ready for it, right? It's gonna be a grind, dude.
I know.
Okay. So you're gonna act that on call. The creative bond pays $3,000 a month. And then you're gonna get food and travel is included.
It's included.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
You don't gotta pay a thing, and you gotta pay anything. It's talking about the room and board covered. We talked about that yesterday.
Nice.
There's also
that's great.
what's really awkward is this is a non-disclosure agreement too, so it's awkward if we're filming that. Which actually, jeez, you're so steady, dude. That's all I like to say, dude. You're paying. Wow. Anywho, that just validates this all happening, dude. So hopefully,
Thank you.
You're ready to lock and load. And then it's just basically you're not going to talk about any of the secret projects and things we're doing here.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't anyway, but
And then kind of
I understand need the whole legal jargon and all that.
Yeah, that's all. Where did you take that?
I got it.
Oh, perfect. So you can just sign right there on the one.
Yep, I can just sign. Right.
Here, let me hold that for you so you can really get all in there.
Just sign right there.
What's up?
What's up?
Right there, Tom. In case you couldn't find it.
I can see it. I've got eyes. I don't know. It's
Okay, Tom. All right, what's going on, dude? Dude, what is going on? What are you doing right now?
The whole competition thing is a big thing. Like, I'm
rigging it?
Yeah,
It's not rigged. You won. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't feel like it really, though. Like the competition's not over, really.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you ask the audience, it's about the audience, really. Like I want you to be good, but it's about the audience wants. Audience, they're not saying Tom, family, Tom. Use him, Tom. He's been filming.
I mean, yeah, but this the whole problem of that. Like, I don't know if I feel like I earned it.
You earned it, bro. You earned it. Look at you.
I mean, I was always good at framing.
Your scenes were really good for the test, and then your interview was really good too. How much
Well,
more
thank you.
earning do you want to do? Are you getting my
I mean,
approval?
the competition isn't really over. And besides, what about like the other judges? Isn't that the whole point of getting the other judges?
Yeah, I mean, it's
that
kind of
not
part
just,
of the
like-
show, but I mean, it was
Yeah.
mainly my.
I know, I completely understand. It's your channel, it's your decision.
I mean, you
But like, isn't
Jeffrey,
yeah, actually.
Jeffrey, yo, can you come up here? You come up here. I'm talking to Tom real quick. It's about the business. Just come up here in Tom's room right now. Yeah, dude. You said you don't. You said, oh, the judge's approval. I'm guarantee you. Hurry up, dude. Yeah, I want Tom to freaking sign this contract right now. What do you think about Tom Phone?
I already told you. Like, he's family. Like, he's trustworthy. He's got the experience.
So, from a judge, out of all the guys we've had, would you give Tom your vote?
Yes. I didn't think that was even up for dispute.
There you go.
You've seen the other guys.
That's what I'm. It's a
I
no-brainer.
have to put you down, Tom, but like, he didn't really have much competition anyway.
He gave you the green light.
Ah,
Good.
you get a
Happy?
green light.
I mean, that's one judge.
Oh, what
but-
do you do? Do you want? I will literally call. Like, Michael and Brian aren't even here,
Dude, seriously? I mean, they're.
bro. They're across the nation. You want
I know. So you're really gonna bug them?
bug them, bro? Okay, all right.
Maybe I'm just too polite.
Is that all you called me up here?
Well, I hope you're not BSing and like it's really about approval of the judges. Huh?
I mean-
yeah, you're good. I don't. You can
But
leave.
that's
It's a big deal. We're hiring. I mean, Tom's could be the lifelong cameraman,
I mean,
ideally. Even though this is a 1 year, I just want to. And then the second.
well,
year-
yeah, that's understandable.
Yo, Brian. Hey, I know you're kind of like doing your own life right now, but remember when you were judging the competition, right?
Yeah. How's that going?
I gotta pick, but I don't want to manipulate your choice here. What do you think about Tom for cameraman?
I like Tom a lot. I think he's family. I think he works hard. The space. What's going on. I really like him.
So you, if it came to it, you would put your vote and give it to Tom?
I like Tom, man. I would. He's definitely probably top 2 for me. If not top 1.
Awesome. I think I'm gonna commit to Tom, man.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate it. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Excited to see what he's gonna do. Thanks, man. That's all I really needed to hear. Tom's gonna be
You
stoked.
got it.
Thanks, Brian. See you, man.
You're out here. Yeah.
Thanks. Brian from Hollywood just
Yeah.
said, he didn't even know that you were right next to me, I don't think. So literally he just said he gave you the vote of confidence.
That he certainly did.
Oh, is that not enough? That not enough? You want to get every judge right now, dude.
Are you?
This is like an American Idol where everyone's like, yes, yes.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Dude, now Mike, if you get, because Mike is very critical and you know that.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey man, I think I have a cameraman.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you've been watching or anything, but since you're a judge, I wanted to get your thoughts on somebody. What do you think about Tom?
Are you talking about Tom or Robot Tom?
Dude,
Oh,
I think I get both or something.
Robot Tom.
I think it's a good idea.
Why? Why do you think that?
I mean, well, number 1, he's family.
That's a dude. Exactly. Yes. Keep going.
Number 2, he turned into a drone. Seriously, that's very handy to have.
Well, dude, that's why I like it. I still don't know what's going on with the whole filmographer thing, but like Tom, it clearly looks like Tom. So like whatever, I'm getting both. I would imagine by getting this deal.
It's like a double header. You get a robot and you get Tom.
A Robot Tom.
But
Like
just Tom,
Tom.
imagine no robot bits, but like imagine it's just Tom though, like for real, for real.
Well, without the robot, it kind of takes a hit. But I mean, I think it's a good idea. First of all, I like Tom. He does like while we were at Larry's house, he's like running shit. He's like step and fetch. Dude, you ask me to do something, he'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, like,
Wow, really?
That's what you need. You need another Swift.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anything.
So out of everyone, you'd give him your vote?
Yeah, I'd give it to Tom.
Nice. That's all I needed to hear. Awesome, man. I'm gonna hire him actually.
Hey, good up, man. Congrats.
Thanks, bro. I'll catch you later, man. All right, peace.
All right, man.
Another massive YouTuber just said Tom.
I'm absolutely flattered. Don't get me wrong. Doesn't it have to, like, I don't entirely know the whole judging process, but doesn't it have to be unanimous though, like, between all the judges?
Yeah, all it's left is your dad, but you said you talked to him.
Right, and in terms of the competition, I don't know if
You talked to him, Tom. You said yesterday that you talked to him when you came here. But
yes, I talked to him.
Are you guys on bad terms right now?
Yeah.
What are were you guys like shouting at each other? Dude,
No,
if I'm
shouting.
if I'm housing a freaking fugitive right now,
No,
like, if
no.
I gotta be like, is he gonna show up?
No. I left on my own decision. You're fine.
Yeah,
on
were
that.
you guys shouting?
It wasn't shouting.
Loudly talking to one another in an aggressive manner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. So out of everybody, your dad's the one that doesn't approve.
He's the one that he hasn't approved from the minute I showed up at the audition. You know this.
Okay, so what then? What's going on? Is you gonna let your dad hold you back?
I don't want that to be the case. I don't know what's holding me back.
What's up,
but,
Kiki?
Like I just don't get. I don't get it. I don't get him. I don't get his reasoning behind this whole thing. Like I'm finally doing something. Like, you know, something he had told me was that all these like chores he was having me do around the house, they were to teach me responsibility. How is me going out and doing this not, you know, asserting my responsibility?
That's
What's
true.
up?
That's why you signing this would
But then-
show your responsibility.
But then I don't understand why he's giving me such a hard time over this.
It's between you and your dad. Like, I know what that's like. I try not to jump in there, but I mean, it maybe is him shirking off his responsibility onto you. I mean, because like you're doing it.
Maybe.
And look, dude, you're gonna have. I don't feel comfortable with this until your dad's on board, because I don't want us to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
But like, I want you to be comfortable. I don't want to force this unless like you need to talk to your dad, dude. Like, you need to actually have real doubt. Because like, dude.
I know.
I left this one off because it's weird, because I don't know if your dad's gonna watch it. I don't know what you're doing with it. I mean, are you posting to the lounge right now?
I mean, I haven't signed it, so I'm really not on your channel yet. Once
Yeah,
I am, then
that's what
I
I'm
know
saying.
that.
It says right there. I agree not to post any content on Larry's Lounge unless given permission by me.
While under contract. So
Right.
now I know I'm still good, and I knew that this was going to be inevitability, that eventually I would have to stop, and he's fully aware of it too. And
Okay, so he is, and
that's like one of the biggest reasons why he didn't want me to do it, or at least the biggest reason he told me that he didn't want me to do it.
So you're letting your dad affect your decision right now. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be the case.
All right. Dude, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Do you want to hold on to this, or do you want to keep?
Yeah,
leave this with
let's just leave it.
I don't want
leave
you
it there.
I don't want to like force you or like pressure you into this decision. But like,
He does. I just don't get it. I don't know if I will.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know that you'll ever be able to get his approval in this, because you're kind of leaving the Larry's Lounge a little bit. So maybe it's one of those things you just need to do for yourself, man. And that's the thing I'm gonna say. Is I don't want to get in between your. So, dude.
Yeah, no, and like I said, I appreciate this entire thing, housing me, the job, everything, just so much. You have no idea.
You can thank me by signing, and let's start working, man. Dude, your dad's gonna respect you more if you keep going this way. If you keep doing this, man. But I'm gonna tell you,
I hope so.
Sit on it, sign it. You're already here. Take as long as the competition's still going on. So you got, a week or however stretching this thing until you're ready. But I feel you gotta have a sit down with your dad or something. I don't know if it's here. I don't know if it's here. I don't know if I'm involved, but I think it's you and him.
Yeah, no, it's definitely between us. I couldn't possibly bother you with this.
Yeah. So I mean, If you want to sign it, that's awesome. We can get started. But you can slip it under my door. You can fold it up, put it in the mailbox, act like you didn't do it. So your dad can never be mad. Be like,
Paper airplane, just chuck that shit while you're busy working on something.
Whatever you want to do, just leave it on my desk. And then I just need to get you to sign mine. But like once we got it in one, Rigid Studios start cranking out that content, man. Me and you.
Yep.
So cool, man. Just let me know, Tyler, if you need me.
Yeah, I will.
Cool.
Yeah, close that, please.
If you ever want to talk, man, I'm around.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Also, I'm making burgers later, so if you want one of those.
All right, cool.
You want one?
Sure.
You want to sit on that too? You need to ask your dad if you want to eat a burger? I'm just, dude.
Don't.
I know. It's actually real sensitive stuff. I'm sorry, man. I'll be around.
All right.
Wow. So the Rigid Studios contract. Wow. I think I'm not doing the stream here, so drop a like if you like, and comment down below if you want to see more streams like this, and subscribe if you want to, and click the bell so you can be notified when I go live and when I upload, and